इदं विष्णोः विचक्रमे छेदानि ददे परं सभोजवस्य भावे हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम शांत। ओम अपोपस्पृश्यात्। ओम अच्युताय नमः। ओम अनंताय नमः। ओम गोविंदाय नमो नमः। अपोपस्पृश्यात्। हस्ते पुष्पं गृहीत्वा श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। ओम शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये प्राणनायम्य। ओम भूः ओम भुवः ओम स्वः ओम अहः ओम जनः ओम तपः ओम सत्यम् ओम तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। आपो ज्योतिरस्वमृतं ब्रह्म भूर्भुवस्वरों तदेव लघ्नं सुरिनं तदेव ताराबलं चन्द्रबलं तदेव विद्याबलं दयाबलं तदेव लक्ष्मीपते गौरीपते ह्रीगं स्मरामि शुभे शोभने मुहूर्ते आद्य ब्रह्मणः द्वितीयपरार्धे श्वेतवराहकल्पे सप्तमे वैवस्वत्मन्वन्तरे अष्टाविंशतितमे कलियुगे कलिप्रथम चरणे भूर्लोकान्तर्गत उत्तर अमेरिका खंडे कैनेडा देशे एजाक्स नगरे संकट मोचन श्री हनुमान मंदिरे शुभे दिन शोभने मुहूर्ते शाम यजमानानां your name please your Hindu name द्रुपति नामधेयस्य हिंदू नेम शान शिवेन्द्र नामधेयस्य आवयोः यजमानयोः सह कुटुम्बस्थानां धर्मार्थकामोक्षं चतुर्विध पुरुषार्थ सिद्ध्यर्थं श्री सीता लक्ष्मण भरत शत्रुघ्न हनुमत समेत श्री रामचंद्र प्रीत्यर्थम हनुमत प्रीत्यर्थम अद्य अहम महागणपति पूजनम श्री दुर्गा लक्ष्मी सरस्वती पूजनम श्री सीता लक्ष्मण भरत शत्रुघ्न हनुमत समेत रामचंद्र पूजनम हनुमत पूजनम श्री राधा कृष्ण पूजनम सदाशिवलिंगाभिषेकाराधनं च भोजनदानं च करिष्ये इति संकल्प्य अपोपस्पृश्यात् श्री गणेश ध्यान। We commence with puja to Ganesh ji. ओम गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत नशृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम्। ओम श्रीमन्महागणाधिपतये नमः। ध्यायामि आवाहयामि। Touch his hand, Oshan. Just touch Arjuna's hand. पादयोः पाद्यं समर्पयामि अर्घ्यमाचमनीयं शरीरे स्नानं च समर्पयामि। श्रीगणेशाय नमो नमः। अर्चनाम् काण्डात् पुरोहन्ति पुरुषः पुरुषस्परि एवानो दुर्वे प्रतनुसहस्रेण शतेन च। Keep them in your left hand. With your right hand, you offer one petal at a time to the feet of Ganesh ji. ओम सुमुखाय नमः। ओम एकदन्ताय नमः। ओम कपिलाय नमः। ओम गजकर्णकाय नमः। ओम लंबोदराय नमः। ओम विकटाय नमः। ओम विनायकाय नमः। ओम धूम्रकेतवे नमः। ओम गणाध्यक्षाय नमः। ओम फालचंद्राय नमः। ओम गजाननाय नमः। ओम वक्रतुंडाय नमः। ओम हेरंभाय नमः। ओं स्कंदपूर्वजाय नमः। नानाविध परिमल पत्र पुष्पाणि समर्पयामि। धूपदीप नैवेद्यं। ओं भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः। भद्रं पश्येमाक्षवीर्यजत्राः। स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः। स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः। स्वस्ति नस्तारिक्षो अरिष्टनेमिः। स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। महागणाधिपतये नमो नमः। नैवेद्यं ओम इदं फलं मया देव स्थापितं पुरतस्तव तेन वे सफलावाप्तिर्भवे जन्मनि जन्मनि नैवेद्यं समर्पयामि ॐ प्राणे स्वाहा पने स्वाहा व्याने स्वाहा उदाने स्वाहा ब्रह्मणे स्वाहा ब्रह्मणिमात्मा सर्वं महानैवेद्यं निवेदयामि श्रीगणेशाय नमः इलालवङ्गकर्पूरताम्बूलानि च समर्पयामि महागणाधिपतये नमः Celebrate in front by Ganesh Ji Shan and we do the prayers here. While we chant these prayers, pray please. Say the blessing of Ganesh Ji for you and your mother and your entire family. Shri Ganesha Prarthana Om Vakratunda Mahakaya
Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvighnam Kuru Me Deva
Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Om Ekadantaya Vidmahe Vakratundaya Dhimahi Tanno Dante Prachodayat Mushikvahan Modakahase Chamar Karna Vilambit Sutra Vaman Rupa Maheshwara Putra Vighna Vinayak Pad Namaste
Gajananam Bhutaganadi Sevitam
Kapit Jambho Phalasar Bhakshitam Umasudam Shoka Vinashakarakam Namami Vigneshwara Pada Pankajam Shri Ganesha Namo Namaha Atha Shri Ganesha Pancharatna Stotram
Om Mudakarat Modakam Sada Vimukti Sadakam
Kaladharavatam Sakam Vilasi Lokarakshakam Anayakaikanayakam Vinashite Bhadetyakam Natashubhashunashakam Namamitam Vinayakam Nate Tarati Bhikaram Navodhitarkabhaswaram Namatsurari Nirjaram Natadhika Padurdhanam Sureshwaram Nidhishwaram Gajeshwaram Ganeshwaram Maheshwaram Tamashraye Paratparam Nirantaram Samasta Loka Shankaram Nirastadaira Punjaram Dare Darodaram Varam Vare Bhavaktramaksharam Krupakaram Shamakaram Mudakaram Yashaskaram Manaskaram Namaskritam Namaskaromi Bhaswaram Akincanarti Marjanam Chirantanokti Bhajanam Purari Purvanandanam Surari Garva Charvanam Prapanchanasha Bhishanam Jayadi Bhushanam Kapoladana Bhaje Purana Varanam Nitanta Kanta Danta Kanti Manta Kanta Katmajam Achintya Rupa Mantahina Mantaraya Krintanam Hridantare Nirantaram Vasantameva Yoginam Tamekadantameva Tam Vichintayami Santatam Mahaganesha Pancharatna Madharena Yonvaham Prajalpati Prabhat Ke Hridi Smaran Ganeshwaram Aroghitam Doshatam Susahitim Suputratam Samahitayurashtra Bhutim Abhyupaiti Sochirat Shriman Mahaganadhipataye Namaha Vedokta Mantra Pushpanchalim Samarpayami Boliye Ganesha Bhagavan Ki Jai Om Shri Durga Lakshmi Saraswati Pujanam महालक्ष्मी माँ सरस्वती माँ together. ओम विद्युदाम समप्रभा मृगपति स्कंधस्थिताभीषणाम् कन्याभिकरवालकेतविलसद्धस्ताभिरासेविताम् हस्ते चक्रगदे शिखेति विशिखां चापं गुणं तर्जनीं बिभ्राणामनलात्मिकां शशिधरां दुर्गां त्रिनेत्रां भजे जगदम्बायै नमः ध्यायामि आवाहयामि ॐ महालक्ष्मी देवी ध्यानम् ॐ हिरण्यवर्णां हरिणीं सुवर्णरजतस्रजां चन्द्रां हिरण्मयीं लक्ष्मीं जातवेदो महावह महालक्ष्म्यै नमः ध्यायामि आवाहयामि महासरस्वती देवी ध्यानम् ॐ मेधा देवी जुषमाणान आगाद्विश्वाची भद्रा सुमनस्यमाना महासरस्वत्यै नमः ध्यायामि आवाहयामि ॐ जातवेदसे सुनवामसो ममराति यतो निरहाति वेदः स नः पर्षरति दुर्गानि विश्वा नावेव सिन्धुं दुरतात्यग्निः तामग्निवर्णां तपसा ज्वलन्तीं वैरोचनीं कर्मफलेषु जुष्टां दुर्गां देवीं शरणमहं प्रपद्ये सुतर्से नमः श्री दुर्गा लक्ष्मी सरस्वतीभ्यः But you will give Puja? Just put it right at the back, please. Pull it cord in and put it in the back, please. You can have that, please. Sorry. No. Just pull the screen and put it right there, please. Thank you. Just pull the screen and put it right there, please. Thank you. Om Archana. You have a petals to Mataji. Om Durgayi Namaha. Om Maheshwaryi Namaha. Om Shivapriyayi Namo Namaha. Om Mandaravasinyai Namaha. Om Arkayi Namaha. Om Girisutayi Namaha. Om Dhatriyai Namaha. Om Ichchashaktiyai Namaha. Om Kriyashaktiyai Namaha. Om Jnanashaktiyai Namaha. Nanavida Parimalapatra Pushpani Samarpayami. Om Mahalakshmyai Namaha. Om Ashtalakshmyai Namaha. Om Grihalakshmyai Namaha. Om Bhogalakshmyai Namaha. Om Santanalakshmyai Namaha. Om Kuberalakshmyai Namaha. Om Veeralakshmyai Namaha. Mahalakshmyai Namo Namaha. Nanavida Parimalapatra Pushpani Samarpayami. Om Mahasaraswatyai Namaha. Om Vagdevyai Namaha. Om Veenadharinyai Namaha. Om Chaturānanavallabhāyai Namaha. Om Jnanaprādhāyinyai Namaha. Om Pustakavritte Namaha. Nanavida Parimalapatra Pushpani Samarpayami. Om Sanah Parasharati Durgani Vishwa Kshamadevoti Duratatyagnihi Pratnoshi Gamidyo Advareshu Sanacchahota Nabhyasya Satse Swanchagne Tanuvam Pipraya Swasmabhyancha Saubhagamaya Jaswa Gobhirjishtamaya Jonishiktam Tave Indra Vishnoranusancharema Nakasya Prishthamavisamvasano Vaishnavin Lokaihamadayantam Om Katyayanaya Vidmahe Kanyakumari Dhimahi Tanno Durgah Prachodayat Shri Durga Lakshmi Saraswatibhyah Dhupam Aghrapayami Deepam Darshayami Sarvarakshan Dharayami Naivedyam Om Annapurne Sadapurne Shankar Pranavallabhe Jnana Vairagya Siddhartham Bhiksham Dehi Cha Parvatim Om Pranay Swaha Panay Swaha Vyanay Swaha Udanay Swaha Brahmane Swaha Brahmane Matma Shri Durga Lakshmi Saraswati Bhyo Namaha सर्वं महानैवेद्यं समर्पयामि इलालवङ्गकर्पूरताम्बूलानि च समर्पयामि ॐ जगदम्बायै नमो नमः सिद्धकुञ्जिका स्तोत्रं दुर्गा लक्ष्मी सरस्वतीभ्यः इलालवङ्गकर्पूरताम्बूलानि च समर्पयामि महादेवी नमो नमः ॐ श्री जगदम्बायै नमो नमः सिद्धकुञ्जिका स्तोत्रम Celebrate Mataji. Clasp your hands please. Pray once again. We recited Kunjika Stotram. Beautiful prayer which talks about the essence of the whole Durga Saptashati. And we seek the blessings of Mataji for you, your dear mother and your family. Om Shiva Vacha Shrunudevi Pravakshami Kunjika Stotramuttamam Yena Mantra Prabhavena Chandi Japa Shubho Bhavet न कवचम नार्गला स्तोत्रम कीलकम न रहस्यकम न सूक्तम नापि ध्यानं च न न्यासो न च वार्चनम कुंजिका पाठ मात्रेण दुर्गा पाठ फलं लभेत् अतिगुह्यतरं देवी देवानामपि दुर्लभं गोपनीयं प्रयत्नेन स्वयोनिरेव पार्वती मारणं मोहनं वश्यं स्तम्भन उच्चाटनादिकं पाठमात्रेण संसिद्ध्येत कुञ्जिका स्तोत्रमुत्तमम् अथ मन्त्रः ॐ ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डायै विच्चे ॐ ग्लौं हूं क्लीं जुं सः ज्वालय ज्वालय ज्वल ज्वल प्रज्वल प्रज्वल ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डायै विच्चे ज्वलहं सं लं क्षं फट् स्वाहा इति मन्त्रः नमस्ते रुद्ररूपिण्यै नमस्ते मधुमर्दिनि नमः कैटभहारिण्यै नमस्ते महिषार्दिनि नमस्ते शुम्भहन्त्रै च निशुम्भासुरघातिनि जाग्रतं हि महादेवी जपं सिद्धं कुरुष्व मे ऐं काली सृष्टिरूपायै ह्रीं काली प्रतिपालिका क्लीं काली कामरूपिण्यै बीजरूपे नमोऽस्तु ते चामुण्डा चण्डघाती च ये काली वरदायिनी विच्चे चाभयदा नित्यं नमस्ते मन्त्ररूपिणी धां ह्रीं धूं दुर्चते पत्नीं वां वीं बुं वागरीश्वरी क्रां क्लीं क्रूं कालिका देवी शां शिं शुं मे शुभं कुरु हुं हुं हुंकाररूपिण्यै जं 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 वनादिनि भ्रां ह्रीं भ्रूं भैरवी भद्रे भवान्यै ते नमो नमः अं कं चं तं तं पं यं शं विं दुं ऐं विं हं क्षं धिजाग्रं त्रोते त्रोते दीप्तं गुरु गुरु स्वाहा पां बिं पुं पार्वती पूर्ण खां खिं खुं खेचरी तथा सां सिं सुं सप्तशती दिव्य मन्त्रसिद्धिं कुरुष्व मे इदं तु कुञ्जिका स्तोत्रं मन्त्रजागार्ति हेतवे अभक्तेनैव दातव्यं गोपितं रक्ष पार्वती यस्तु कुञ्जिकया देवी हीनां सप्तशतीं पठे न तस्य जायते सिद्धिररण्ये रोदनं यथा इति श्रीरुद्रयामले गौरीतन्त्रे शिवपार्वती संवादे कुञ्जिका स्तोत्रं सम्पूर्णम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः जयकारा शेरवालिदा बोल साचे दरबार की जय। श्री राम जय जय राम। ये जो पूजा तो भगवान श्री राम हनुमान जी and Radha Krishna Bhagavan together. Ramachandra Dhyanam Haste Pushpam Grihitva Om Nilam Bhujishyamalako Sita Samaropit Vam Bhagam Panau Mahasayak Charu Chapam Namami Ramam Raghuvanshanatham Shri Sita Lakshmana Bharata Shatrughna Hanumat Samet Shri Ramachandraya Namaha Hanumate Namo Namaha Veera Hanumadhyanam Om Yatra Yatra Raghunath Kirtanam Tatra Tatra Kritamastakāñjalim Bāshpavari Paripurnalocanam Marutim Namatarakshasantakam Shri Veera Hanumate Namah Dhyayami Avahayami Radha Krishna Bhyam Namaha Om Krishna Tvadiya Padapankaj Panjarante Adyaiva me Vishatu Manas Rajhamsah Prana Prayana Samaye Kapavat Pitaihi Kanthavaro Vidhau Smaranam Kutaste Shri Radha Krishna Bhyam Namah Dhyayami Avahayami Venkatesha Prarthana Om Kaushalya Supraja Rama Purva Sandhya Pravartate Uttishta Narashardhula Kartavyam Deva Mahnikam Uttishta Uttishta Govinda Uttishta Garudatvaja Uttishta Kamalakanta Trailokyam Mangalam Kuru Trailokyam Mangalam Kuru Trailokyam Mangalam Kuru Shri Venkateshaya Namah Balakrishnaya Namah Shri Satyanarayana Swamine Namaha Shri Chakradevi Namo Namah Tapadhyam Om Sahasrasirsha Purushaha Sahasraksha Sahasrapat Sabhumim Vishwato Vritva Atyatishtat Dashangulam Purusha Evedavam Sarvam Yadbhutam Yaccha Bhavyam Utamritatva Seshanah Yadanne Natirohati Etavanasya Mahima Ato Jayagischa Purushaha Padosya Vishwabhutani Tripadasya Amritan Divi Tripadurdvaudai Purushaha Padosyeha Bhavat Punaha Tato Vishvam Vyakramat Sasanana Shane Abhi Tasmat Virat Jayata Virajo Adhipurushaha Sajato Atyarichata Paschad Bhumi Matho Puraha Yat Purushena Havisha Deva Yajnamatanvata Vasanto Asya Sidajam Grishma Yidma Sharadhavihi Archana Om Ramaya Namaha Om Raghunathaya Namaha Om Nathaya Namaha Om Sitapataye Namaha Om Parabrahmane Namaha Om Dasharathanandanaya Namaha Om Ishwaraya Namaha Om Paramatmane Namaha Om Sita Devi Namaha Om Lakshmanaya Namaha Shri Hanumate Namo Namaha Nana Vida Parimala Patra Pushpani Samarpayami Om Hang Hanumate Namaha Om Ram Bhaktaya Namaha Om Ramadasaya Namaha Om Sita Shoka Nivaranaya Namaha Om Veera Veeraya Namaha Om Mahaviraya Namaha Om Ativiraya Namo Namaha Nana Vida Parimala Patra Pushpani Samarpayami Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha Om Kamalanathaya Namaha Om Damodaraya Namaha Om Shridharaya Namo Namaha Om Lakshmi Kantaya Namaha ओम सर्वाय नमो नमः। ओम गोपीजनवल्लभाय नमो नमः। राधा देवी नमो नमः। नानाविध परिमलपत्रपुष्पाणि समर्पयामि। ओम वेंकटेशाय नमो नमः। सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमो नमः। श्रीचक्रदेवी नमो नमः। ओम ब्राह्मणोऽस्य मुखमासीत् बाहुराजन्यकृतः ऊरुतरस्य यद्वैश्यः पद्भ्यागं शूद्रो अजायत। धूपमाग्रापयामि श्रीसीता लक्ष्मण भरत शत्रुघ्न हनुमत् समेत रामचन्द्राय नमः। हनुमते नमः। राधा कृष्णाभ्यां नमः। सुगन्धधूपमाघ्रापयामि दिव्यमङ्गलदीपम्। ॐ चन्द्रमा मनसो जातः चक्षो सूर्यो अजायत। मुखारिन्द्रश्चाग्निश्च प्राणात् वायुरजायत। श्रीसीता लक्ष्मण भरत शत्रुघ्न हनुमत् समेत रामचन्द्राय नमः। श्रीहनुमते नमः। राधा कृष्णाभ्यां नमः। दिव्यमङ्गलदीपं दर्शयामि। दीपानन्तरमिदमाचमनीयं च समर्पयामि। सर्वरक्षान् धारयामि। श्रीरामचन्द्रमूर्तये नमः। नैवेद्यम् ॐ नाभ्यासीदन्तरिक्षं शिष्णोऽध्यौ समवर्तत। पद्भ्यां भूमृषश्रोत्रात् तथा लोकागम् अकल्पयन्। वेदाहमेतं पुरुषं महान्तम् आदित्यवर्णं तमसस्तु पारे। सर्वाणि रूपाणि विचित्य धीरः नामानि कृत्वाभिवरण्यदास्ते। महानैवेद्यं समर्पयामि। रामचन्द्रमूर्ते नमः। सीतादेवे नमः। लक्ष्मणाय नमः। हनुमते नमः। राधा कृष्णाभ्यां नमो नमः। इलालवङ्गकर्पूरताम्बूलानि च समर्पयामि। श्रीराम जय राम जय जय राम। श्रीराम जय राम जय जय राम। श्रीराम जय राम जय जय राम। प्रार्थना है यही मेरी हनुमान जी। प्रार्थना है यही मेरी हनुमान जी। मेरे सिर पे भी अब हाथ धर दीजिए। प्रार्थना है यही मेरी हनुमान जी। मेरे सिर पे भी अब हाथ धर दीजिए। राम सीता का दर्शन करा के मुझे। राम सीता का दर्शन करा के मुझे। मेरे सपने को साकार कर दीजिए। मेरे सपने को साकार कर दीजिए। श्री हनुमते नमः। रामचंद्रमूर्ते नमः। हनुमान चालीसा गाएंगे। यू सिंह हनुमान चालीसा टुगेदर। श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारे। बरनौ रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फल चारि। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरा पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस देव लोक उजागर, रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा, महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी, कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा, हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे, कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे, शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन, विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करी बेको आतुर, प्रभु चरित्र सुनी बेको रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया, सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि नमन चरावा, भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज सवारे, लाय संजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुवीर हरषि उर लाए, रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई, सहस वदन तुम्हरो यश गावै, अस कई श्रीपति कंठ लगावै, सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहिसा, यम वेद दिगपाल जहाते, कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते, तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा, राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा, तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना, जुग सहस्त्र जो जन पर भानु, लियो ताहि मधुर फल जानु, प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माई, जल दिलांघि गई अचरज नाई, दुर्गम काज जगत जयनाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुरभूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय मेरे प्रभु रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलिए पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। ओम अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्य भावेन रक्ष रक्ष हनुमत रक्ष रक्ष श्री सीताराम रक्ष रक्ष राधा कृष्ण भगवान अनंत कोटि प्रदक्षिण नमस्कारान् समर्पयामि। ओम नमः शिवाय। अब शिव पूजा होगी। नेक्स्ट पूजा तो भगवान शिव। Sean, bring your mom with her wheelchair a little closer there so she can be involved as well. That's good now. Put on the safety for her, please. You know, Sean, bring her back a few inches backward, please. Back there. Because they have to come around the lingam, right? For puja. Yeah, keep her safe. That's good. Put on the safety now. Yeah. Athalagunyasah. Yeah, give me a moment. Lotus flowers. So you can follow me, everyone. We'll touch the different parts of our body. This is called Nyasa, with special Vedic mantras, after which we'll chant Shri Rudram, seeking the blessings of Bhagwan Shiva for our sister Drew, Sean, and the entire family. You can follow. Om Asya Shri Rudradhyaya Prashna Maha Mantrasya Aghora Rishihi Anushtup Chandaha Sankarshanamurti Swarupo Yosavaritya Paramapurushasya Esha Rudro Devata. Descend up the chest. Om Namah Shivaya Iti Bijam, the right side. Shivatara Iti Shaktihi, left side. Om Mahadevaya Iti Kilakam, Shri Samba Sada Shiva Prasada Siddhyarte Jape Viniyogaha. Om Agnihotratmani Angushtabhyam Namaha. Om Darsha Purnamasaatmane Tarjani Bhyam Namaha. ओम चातुर्मास्यात्मने मध्यमाभ्याम नमः ओम निरोधपशुबन्धात्मने अनामिकाभ्याम नमः ओम ज्योतिष्ठोमात्मने कनिष्ठिकाभ्याम नमः palm and back of the hand ओम करतल करपृष्ठाभ्याम नमः center of the chest ओम अग्निहोत्रात्मने हृदयाय नमः the head ओम दर्शपूर्णमासात्मने शिरसे स्वाहा the shikha the back of your head ओम चातुर्मास्यात्मने शिखायै वषट ओम निरूढ़ पशुबन्धात्मने कवचाय हम the three fingers to the three eyes ओम ज्योतिष्ठोमात्मने नेत्रत्रयाय भविष्यत् ओम सर्वकृत्वात्मने अस्त्राय फट् भूर्भुवः स्वरो विजृम्बन्धः हाथ जोड़िए we clasp our hands इति ध्यानो ओम आपाताल नभस्तवान्तभुवन ब्रह्माण्डमा विस्फुरत् ज्योतिस्पातिकलिङ्गमौलिविलसत्पूर्णेन्दुवान्तामृतैः अस्तोकाप्लुतमेकमीशमनिशं रुद्रानुवाकान् जपन् ध्याये दीप्सितसिद्धये ध्रुवपरं विप्रो विषिञ्चेच्छिवं ब्रह्माण्डव्याप्तदेहाभसितहिमुरुचा भासमाना भुजङ्गैः कण्ठे कालाकपरदा कलितशशिकलाश्चण्डकोदण्डहस्ताः त्रक्षा रुद्राक्षमाला प्रकटितविभवा शाम्भवा मूर्तिभेदाः रुद्राशी रुद्रसूक्तप्रकटितविभवा नः प्रयच्छन्तु सौख्यम् ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत नशृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमन्महागणाधिपतये नमः ॐ शञ्च मे मयश्च मे प्रियञ्च मे नुकामश्च मे कामश्च मे सौमनसश्च मे भद्रं च मे श्रेयश्च मे वशश्च मे यशश्च मे भगश्च मे द्रविणञ्च मे यन्ता च मे धर्ता च मे क्षेमश्च मे तिथिश्च मे विश्वञ्च मे संविच्च मे यात्रञ्च मे सोश्च मे प्रसूश्च मे सीरञ्च मे लयश्च मृतञ्च मे अमृतञ्च मे यक्ष्मञ्च मे नामयच्च मे जीवातुश्च मे दीर्घायुत्वञ्च मे नमित्रञ्च मे भयञ्च मे सुगञ्च मे शयनञ्च मे सुषाच मे सुनिनञ्च मे ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Sean, turn your wheelchair toward me so she can offer some with her own hands. Bring it closer. When you finish, you'll put her back to her position, please. Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya Namaste Rudramanyavotote Shave Namaha Namaste Astu Dhanvane Bahubhyam Utate Namaha Yateishu Shivatama Shumbhavate Danuho Shiva Sharavyaya Tavataya No Rudramidaya Yate Rudra Shiva Tanur Ghora Papakashini Taya Nastanva Shantamaya Girishanta Vichakashihi Yamisham Girishanta Haste Bibharshastave Shivangiritrataಂ Kurumahigam Shiv Purusham Jagat Shive Navatsatva Girishacha Vadamasi Yatha Nasarvamid Jagateshmagam Sumana Asat. Please come for Abhishek, everyone. Those who like to do Abhishek, you come. Shive Navatsatva Girishacha Vadamasi Yatha Nasarvamid Jagateshmagam Sumana Asat Adhyavochari Vakta Pratamo Daivya Abhishek Ahigisya Sarva Anjam Bhayan Sarva Asayatu Dhanyaha असौ यस्ताम्रो अरुणौ तव भृसुमङ्गलः ये चेमागं रुद्राभितो दीक्षश्रुता सहस्रशो वै शोकं हेडयेमहे असौ यो वसर्पति नीलग्रीवो विलोहितः उतैनं गोपादृशन्नदृशन्दुरहार्यः उतैनं विश्वाभूतानि सदृष्टो मृदयातिनः नमो अस्तु नीलग्रीवाय सहस्राक्षाय मीरुषे अथो यस्य सत्त्वानोऽहं तेभ्यो करन्नमः प्रमुञ्चधन्वनस्त्वं वयोराट्नियोर्जां यास्यते हस्तैषवपराता भगवो वप अवतत्यधनुस्वगं सहस्राक्षसते शुधे निशीलशल्याणामुखा शिवो न स्वमना भव वे चन्दनुक्कपर्जन विशल्यो बाणवागं मुथा अनेसनशेषवाभुरस्य निषङ्गतिः या ते हेतिर्मीदुष्टमहस्ते बभूवते दनुः तयास्मान् विश्वतस्त्वमयक्ष्मया परिभुजा नमस्ते अस्त्वायुधाय नातताय दृष्णवे उभाभ्यामुत ते नमो बाहुभ्यां तव धन्वने परिते धन्वनो हेतिरस्मान् धृणक्तु विश्वतः अथो येषुधिः सवारे अस्मन्निधेहितम् ॐ नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकालाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हर हर नमः पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव Everyone try to be as quietly as possible, please. Yeah. Let us try not to talk during the puja, please. We try to be as quietly as possible, please. We must be quiet during the puja, so let us not talk, please. Right? Thank you. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. We'll sing Lingashtakam as we continue the Abhishek to Bhagavan Shiva. Please join with me at the end of each shloka. We'll chant Om Namah Shivaya. Let us pray to Bhagavan Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Brahma Murari Surarchit Lingam Nirmal Bhasit Shobhit Lingam Dhanamaj Dukha Vinashak Lingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Deva Muni Pravarar Chitlingam Kamadaham Karunakar Lingam Ravan Darpa Vinashanalingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Sarva Sugandhi Sulepit Lingam Buddhi Vivardhan Karana Lingam Siddha Surasur Vandit Lingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Gaye, please sing everyone. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Kanaka Mahamani Bhushit Lingam Panipati Veshtit Shobhit Lingam Daksha Suyagya Vinashana Lingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Kumkuma Chandana Lepit Lingam Pankajahara Sushobhit Lingam Sanchita Papa Vinashana Lingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Devaganarchit Sevit Lingam Bhavar Bhakti Vire Vachalingam Dinakar Koti Prabhakar Lingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. अष्टदलोपरि वेष्टितलिङ्गं सर्वसमुद्भवकारणलिङ्गम् अष्टदरिद्रविनाशनलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गम् ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 सुरगुरु सुरवर पूजित लिंगं सुरवन पुष्प सदार्चित लिंगं परात् परं परमात्मकलिंगं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिंगम् ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय
ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ
नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय लिंगाष्टकमिदं पुण्यं यः पठेत् शिवसन्निधौ शिवलोकमवाप्नोति शिवेन सह मोदते हर हर नमः पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव भजन सांब परमेश्वराय नमो नमः तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्रः प्रचोदयात्
जय अम्बे माँ दुर्गा भवानी जय अम्बे माँ दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे भवानी जगदम्बे भवानी अम्बे भवानी जगदम्बे भवानी जय अम्बे माँ दुर्गा भवानी जय अम्बे माँ दुर्गा भवानी अष्टभुजा कर कर गा विराजे अष्टभुजा कर कर गा विराजे सिंह सवारी सकल वरदानी सिंह सवारी सकल वरदानी जय अम्बे माँ दुर्गा भवानी जय अम्बे माँ दुर्गा भवानी ब्रह्मा शिव हरि अर्चन कीनो ब्रह्मा शिव हरि अर्चन कीनो दरत ध्यान सुर नर मुनि ज्ञानी दरत ध्यान सुर नर मुनि ज्ञानी जय अम्बे माँ दुर्गा भवानी जय अम्बे माँ दुर्गा भवानी स्वरूपिणी आदिशक्ति परब्रह्म स्वरूपिणी भवभयनाशकराणि महारानी भवभयनाशकराणि महारानी जय अम्बे माँ दुर्गा भवानी जय अम्बे माँ दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे भवानी जगदम्बे भवानी अम्बे भवानी जगदम्बे भवानी जय अम्बे माँ दुर्गा भवानी जय अम्बे माँ दुर्गा भवानी जय अम्बे माँ जय अम्बे माँ जय अम्बे माँ दुर्गे जय अम्बे माँ जय अम्बे माँ जय अम्बे माँ दुर्गे जय अम्बे माँ जय अम्बे माँ जय अम्बे माँ दुर्गे जय अम्बे माँ जय अम्बे माँ जय अम्बे माँ दुर्गे जय अम्बे माँ जय अम्बे माँ जय अम्बे माँ दुर्गे जय अम्बे माँ जय अम्बे माँ जय अम्बे माँ दुर्गे जय अम्बे दुर्गे जय अम्बे माँ दुर्गे
भोलेनाथ से निराला गौरीनाथ से निराला कोई यार नहीं ओ भोलेनाथ से निराला गौरीनाथ से निराला कोई यार नहीं भोलेनाथ से निराला गौरीनाथ से निराला कोई याद नहीं। ओ भोलेनाथ से निराला गौरीनाथ से निराला कोई याद
Put that back. She's going to help you talk on it. Bhaiya, she's going to tell you what to do. She's going to help you with the bhojan. She's going to help you with the bhojan. She's going to help you.
I know what page number.
I'll let Joseph do it. You start.
जो तुम मिटाना चाहे जीवन के कृष्णा, जो तुम मिटाना चाहे जीवन के कृष्णा, सुबह शाम बोल वंदे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा, सुबह शाम बोल वंदे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा, जो तुम मिटाना चाहे, जो तुम मिटाना चाहे जीवन के कृष्णा, सुबह शाम बोल वंदे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा, सुबह शाम बोल वंदे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा। कृष्ण नाम पावन पावन, कृष्ण नाम प्यारा प्यारा, जो न बोले कृष्णा कृष्णा नित्य हरा। कृष्ण नाम पावन पावन, कृष्ण नाम प्यारा प्यारा, जो न बोले कृष्णा कृष्णा जग में वो हारा हारा। मन का मिटे अंधियारा, बोले कृष्ण कृष्णा, मन का मिटे अंधियारा, बोले कृष्ण कृष्णा, सुबह शाम बोल वंदे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा, सुबह शाम बोल वंदे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा। जिसको मिले ना फिरा, सुख काम रंग क्या जाने, जो न ध्याए कृष्णा कृष्णा नित्य का धर्म क्या माने। जिसको मिले ना फिरा, सुख काम रंग क्या जाने, जो न ध्याए कृष्णा कृष्णा नित्य का धर्म क्या माने। चाहे अगर उजियारा, बोले कृष्ण कृष्णा, चाहे अगर उजियारा, बोले कृष्ण कृष्णा, सुबह शाम बोल वंदे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा, सुबह शाम बोल वंदे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा। श्याम बोल वंदे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा सुबह शाम बोल वंदे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा जो तू मिटाना चाहे जो तू मिटाना चाहे जीवन के कृष्णा सुबह शाम बोल वंदे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा सुबह शाम बोल वंदे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा सुबह शाम बोल वंदे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा
वन्दे गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हे लंबोदर गजानना वन्दे गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हे लंबोदर गजानना वन्दे गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हे लंबोदर गजानना रिद्धि सिद्धि गाथा तुम हो रिद्धि सिद्धि दाता तुम हो हे शशि शेखर वंदना रिद्धि सिद्धि गाता तुम हो हे शशि शेखर वंदना वन्दे गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हे लंबोदर गजानना जो ध्यावे माँ चित पल पावे जो ध्यावे माँ चित पल पावे अग्रदेव तुम वंदना अग्रदेव तुम वंदना वन्दे गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हे लंबोदर गजानना रिद्धि सिद्धि गाता तुम हो रिद्धि सिद्धि दाता तुम हो हे शशि शेखर वंदना वन्दे गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हे लंबोदर गजानना काम क्रोध मद लोभ वारी हरो काम क्रोध अब लोभ वारी हरो सिद्धिदाता तुम हो, हे शशि शेखर वंदना। वंदे गणपति विघ्न विनाशन, हे लंबोदर गजानना, हे लंबोदर गजानना, हे लंबोदर गजानना।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री रामचंद्राय नमः। अथ प्रार्थना। Keep our eyes on Bhagavan. We prostrate to the lotus feet of Bhagavan Sri Ram, Bhagavan Krishna, Bhagavan Shiva this morning, thanking Bhagavan for this opportunity to be involved in satsang. You know, for the past few days, we had, I should say, beautiful Canadian weather. But in spite of that, we still managed to make it today for satsang. I guess most of our volunteers were here yesterday and some of them are sleeping in. But nevertheless, you've made it for satsang. We thank Bhagavan for this priceless privilege and we contemplate on him before we commence our discussion from Ramcharitamanas this morning. Please join with me as we sing the glories of Bhagavan. There is no other name as sweet as Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Sabko, everyone please. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Manojavamma Ruttatulya Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtham Vatatmajam Vanarayutamukhyam Shri Ram Dutam Sharanam Prapadye. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. I'm going to ask you a question before we commence our katha this morning. Just think about this question and I'm asking you. Why do you pray? Very simple question. Why do you pray? Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Gaiye. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. 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 Bolo Shri रामचंद्राय नमः श्री सीता लक्ष्मण भरत शत्रुघ्न हनुमत समेत रामचंद्राय नमः श्री हनुमते नमः। राम राम सभी को। I didn't hear anybody say Ram Ram. Ram Ram. Jai Sri Ram. I know it's a very cold morning. I hope you had some coffee or something before you came this morning. So why do we pray? There are many answers to this question. We pray for many reasons. We pray to express our gratitude to Bhagavan. Sometimes we turn prayer into begging. I want this, I want that, I want that, I want the other. And if our prayer stems from desires to be fulfilled, then we're fighting a losing battle. Prayer and our lives become like a rat race. Only when we want something, we run to Bhagavan. And in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan talks about 4 kinds of devotee. Artha. Artha is a person who, when this individual prays, this individual seeks only material rewards for his or her prayer. So think about it carefully. Are you an Artha? Do we pray only for material rewards? Artharthi. This is a person who prays only when he or she wants something. Then the person remembers Bhagavan. I must go to Mandir, I must do Puja, I must pray. So are we Artharthi? Pray only for Artha, we pray only for material gain. Artharthi. We pray only when there is a situation and we need Bhagavan's help, then we run to him. The third one is Jigyasu. A person who has a burning desire to know why I'm here, to know the self, to become one with Bhagavan, to resolve all the conflicts in life. The Artharthi is the one who has a burning desire to know. And then the fourth one is one who has discovered himself. When such a person prays, the Jigyasu is only, Prabhu, help me to discover. The Artharthi has so much the Jigyasu has so many questions. Why this happened? Why am I placed in this situation? How can I better this situation? How can I better myself? And the Jnani who has discovered himself prays stems only for love. Prabhu, you've been so kind to me. I thank you for everything. So the Jigyasu has questions as to discover the self, how to get one, to become one with Bhagavan. So we don't want to be Artha and Artharthi. We must grow out of that situation because no desire, no material thing can give us lasting happiness. We need some material thing to live a comfortable life. Please don't misunderstand. We need material wealth. But if we look upon material wealth to fulfill this burning desire that we have within, we can never take care of that. So not last week, but 2 weeks ago, we started this beautiful prasanga from Ayodhya Khan of Ramcharitamanas, where we have been looking at the discussion between Valmiki Ji and Bhagavan Sri Ram. And just to recap your memory, because for those who were not here for the past 2 weeks, Valmiki Ji had a discussion with Sri Ram. Sri Ram was exiled, and he came to Valmiki Ji's ashram, and he said, Mahamuni, please tell me a place where I should go and reside with Sita Devi and Lakshman Ji for a few days, where I may go and make a hut of leaves and grass and branches so that I can reside for a few days. Valmiki Ji recognized the contradicting statement of Sri Ram, contradicting in the sense that this is the son of the king of King Dasharath. He could have gone and make a little hut wherever he wanted. But he, Sri Ram, acting the role of a man, teaching us that we should not abuse our powers when we're blessed with power. When you're in authority, there must be a controlled use of power. So there are long discussion. And then last week we look at the first place where Valmiki Ji told Sri Ram to go and reside in those who have ears like the ocean, in a metaphoric way, meaning those who always want to listen to the glories of Bhagavan. All the streams run from different locations and they go into the ocean. The ocean never overflows. The ocean may look at the top as if it is turbulent, but at the bottom of the ocean is peaceful and calm. So go reside in those people's heart, meaning that we should have this insatiable hunger to listen to the glories of Bhagavan. And I gave you the example, when you care for someone, when you love someone deeply, you always want to hear about that person. Is that true? Your spouse, your children, family members. When you care for them, you always want to hear about them. Bhagavan is the source of all love. When we truly love Bhagavan, when we love Bhagavan deeply, we only want to hear the glories of Bhagavan, the pastimes, the leelas of Bhagavan. And that thirst, that hunger is always there to listen to the Katha. Look how many times you have listened to Ramayana, Bhagavad, Bhagavad Gita, but still, every time we come in a gathering like this and we sit and we listen together, we learn something new, and we have this hunger to learn more and to learn more. So, O Bhagavan, go and reside in those people's heart who have this insatiable hunger, just to listen to your praises. So today we shall look at the second place where Valmiki ji told Sri Ram he should go and reside. And please remember, when, as I said, in a metaphoric way, Valmiki ji is telling him that, telling all of us that we should be a devotee of this caliber. Always want to listen. Always engage the body. Always use the senses to focus on Bhagavan. So this is the second place Valmiki ji advised Bhagavan to go and live. Beautiful example. Valmiki ji describes the intensity of the devotee's desire to live in Bhagavan's presence with another powerful example. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. 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 Lochan Chatak Jinha Kari Lochan Chatak Jinha Kar Rakhe Rahi Daras Jal Abhilasi. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. 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 Nidarahi Nidarahi Sarit Sindhu Sarbhari Rup Bindu Jal Hoi Sukhari. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Din ke hridaya sadan sukhdayak basahu bandhu siya sah rakhunayak. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. 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 Lochan Chatak Jin Kari Rakhe Rahi dasana, Rahi darasa jaladhar abhilase. And the example he used is that reside in those people's heart who are like the chataka or the cuckoo. And it's a beautiful example in our scriptures about the cuckoo or the chataka bird. The chataka, when this chatak is thirsty, although there are many streams, there are many rivers, and there's the ocean with water, the chataka does not quench its thirst with other sources of water. The chataka waits for the raindrops to quench its thirst. Although the chataka could have gone to any other source of water and fulfill its thirst, it does not want that kind of water. Just a few drops from the clouds will fulfill its thirst. Valmiki is saying we must be like a devotee, like the chataka. Our aim is to discover who we are, to become one with Bhagavan. Continuous love for Bhagavan. We should not be distracted. We see people who are distracted easy in life, they can't be successful. Anyone who does not focus on his or her goals in life, or for a student who is not focused on the study, can never find success. The mind is all over the place. Like the Chataka, the devotee focuses on Bhagavan only. That doesn't mean that the person prays 24/7. There's special time for puja, there's special time for leisure as well. But the devotee is focused. Whatever the bhakta is doing, the mind is always on Bhagavan. Somehow the devotee sings the praises of Bhagavan continuously in his or her mind. So we must be that focused. Reside in those people's heart. O Sri Ram, Tinake Hridaya Sadhana Sukhadayak. Go and reside in their heart. And you know, people who are truly spiritual, I should say self-realized individuals, there's something unique about them. The aura of those individuals tend to capture us. They just mesmerize us. We want to be close to them. The energy is so powerful that it pulls us closer to them. Those people do not want to perform miracle. They don't want to create an impression on other people how devoted they are. People recognize it in their lives, in their swabhava, how they conduct themselves. They're focused on Bhagavan only. It brings us back to the question I asked at the beginning. Why do we pray? Look how many lives we had in the past. Look how many different incarnations we had, a different species of beings. We had enough opportunity to fulfill our sensual desires and to take care of so many things that we had. Only in this human form we have the ability to worship Bhagavan, to worship and to discover Bhagavan. So we must be like the Chataka. Focus. What was the purpose of this goal? There are many things we must do in this life. You must get a good career, you must get education, you must have a good job, you must be able to provide for your family. But while we're doing all of that, they're important. There's something that should go along with that. We should gain knowledge of the Shastra, try to gain knowledge of the self. Because if we don't gain knowledge of the self, then we defeat the purpose of receiving this human body. I hear people say sometimes, Panditji, I'm busy with life now. That's okay, be busy with life. Life gets us up. Life happens, all of us. And before you know it, we start seeing gray hair, we start losing our sight, we can't walk, we can't. I pray when I get old, Panditji. We're only fooling ourselves. Discovering the self to become one with Bhagavan is a 24/7 job. Doesn't matter what you're doing. You're responsible to your family, friend, and job. They're important, yes. But those things will only last for a few moments. Who you are and to discover yourself, it should be a job that we work upon every day. I get more knowledge. I try to grow at my devotion and understanding of who am I. Take care of my raga and dvesha, my likes and dislikes. If you don't do it, my friend, don't wait when you're a little older. You have to work on it every day. Be focused like the Chataka. To fulfill the Chataka's thirst is one only raindrops. To fulfill this human longing that we have it is the only way to find lasting happiness is to discover who we are. If not, we're only going through the situations of life. We're only going through the emotions. I hear it quite often, I'm in a situation where I go and pray for people when they're very ill. Some are about to die. And what is their last desire? I wish I was more involved in satsang. I wish I had sung the glories of Bhagavan much more in my life. I wish I had done more research on spirituality. I wish I read the Bhagavad Gita, Panditji. Pyare, that's too late. When is the best time to start a spiritual journey? Now is the best time. Be focused like the Chataka. Let us see what Valmiki Ji has to say. So the second place where Valmiki Ji advised Bhagwan to go and live is to go and live in the hearts of those people who have this intense longing like the Chataka. Let us see what the third location is. चासु तुम्हार मानस बिमल चासु तुम्हार मानस बिमल हंसिनी जीव जासु हंसिनी जीव जासु मुक्ता हर गुण गण चहई मुक्ता हर गुण गण चहई राम बसहुरियतासु सियावर रामचंद्र की जय शरणम. So the third place where Valmiki Ji advised Sri Ram to live is, he said, "Oh Prabhu Sri Ram, go and live in those people's heart who are like this swan." Hamsa, there are beautiful examples in the Puranas. And in ancient Vedic culture, the swan has a special a special quality, I should say, for the swan. The first quality is the swan has the ability to separate milk from water. So if you have two containers, there's so many legends talking about the swan has the ability. You mix milk and water together. The swan has the ability to separate milk from water. Not only that, the swan would dive deep down in the ocean and pick up the pearls and bring it back to the surface. So live in those people's heart, O Sri Ram, who, having studied the Shastra, they dive deep into the Shastra and pick out those pearls from the Shastra and share it with other devotees. Be like this one. Yeah, please come around, please come around. Close this door, please. So be like this one. Go deep within the Shastra. Discover who you are. Study the Shastra, gain the knowledge, and share those pearls with other people. Live in those people's heart, O Sri Ram. And when we look at this description that Valmiki Ji gave Sri Ram, we want to have some of these qualities. We must have the ability to study the Shastra. And the beauty about this culture is that we don't force it onto another person. The beauty about Vedic culture is that we don't force it upon another person. If people ask, we share with them. At the end of the discussion with Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan said to Arjuna, "O Arjuna, share this message with people who have devotion in their hearts. Share it with like-minded people. People who have a longing to know themselves." So the devotee will study the Shastra, gain the knowledge, and share it with people who want to gain this knowledge. Sometimes I'm involved in quite a few activities with the Mandir, with inter-religious discussion. And what do you find sometimes? Some of our religious leaders want to prove their knowledge sometimes, and they will ask a loaded question. When I say loaded question, they think that you will put you in a position where you can't answer them. They're not asking the question to gain knowledge. They're asking the question just to put down the culture, put down the other person. That is called jalpa in Sanskrit. That's like two fanatics having a discussion. No one can win in that situation. And as Hindus, we don't involve in those kinds of conversation. If people ask about our culture, we share with them whatever little knowledge we have. But at the same time, sometimes people ask our children, even Max, adults, Hindus, working together, asking questions. Tell me something in Hinduism. And I'm going to use this word, and I'll use it deliberately. And it's shameful to say that some Hindus cannot explain the basic concept of our religion. Certain things must be said with the force or it registers. So embarrassing. People will ask simple questions. And that goes to show that we do not take our teachings, our culture, our religion seriously. We must study Bhagavad Gita. We must study the Ramayana. You will help yourself, and you have to pass it on to your tradition, this tradition onto your children and the other generation. If you don't get the knowledge, how are you going to help the other generation? So what Valmiki Ji is saying, reside in those people's heart who study the Shastra, and like the swan who gather those pearls from the Shastra and share it with other devotees. O Ram, reside in their heart. Let us look at one more chaupai. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Prabhu Prasad Shuchi Subhad Subhasa Sadar Valmiki Ji speaks about the fourth location where Sri Ram should go and reside. And again, he uses some beautiful metaphor, analogy to describe where Bhagavan should go and reside. You see, that doesn't mean that Bhagavan does not reside in the heart of a person who does not believe in Bhagavan. Existence is not the same as recognition. Existence is not the same as recognition. Bhagavan is present in everyone. Some people fail to recognize the spark of divinity as Atma within them. But that does not mean that, it doesn't mean that Bhagavan doesn't reside in them. Whether you believe or you don't believe. And I'll take it a step forward and say, Bhagavan does not care about your religion. A couple of Sundays ago, I asked a question. We talked about, we addressed this important question. I'm not going to go back. We're just going to just talk about it briefly and we move on. Do you have to become a Hindu to discover, to have self-realization? And the answer was no. So Bhagavan don't care about your religion. And there's so much problem in religion in this world today. So much unnecessary fighting and killing in the name of religion. So what Bhagavan is saying, the example he used is that reside in those people's heart. Again, he's present in everyone. But in these people's heart, it's easy for us to recognize Bhagavan. There's humility, there's faith, there's devotion, there's love. So reside in those heart, O Sri Ram, whose nostril ever devoutly breathe in the pure and lovely fragrance of the offerings. Let us take an example. When you have puja in your home, you prepare the prasad. It's a beautiful smell. When we were small, we get in trouble. Most of us did it. You want to go and steal the pera before it's offered. It's not true. You want to steal a little bit of the mambo, a little bit of the sweet before it's offered. Little children, because it smells so good. When you make roti in your home for Hanumanji, it smells so good. When you prepare the thali with the puja sarjam for Bhagavan, the chandan, when you add the what in the sandalwood paste and you make it, or you have that little container, little piece of brick and you grind it, it smells so nice. That beautiful fragrance. When you bring flowers to worship Bhagavan, when you light the agarbatti, dhupam, and you wave before Bhagavan, when you have a diya that is made out of ghee and it's lit, there's a certain kind of smell that comes out of that diya. So all of those things help us to remember Bhagavan. Is that true? I'm going to use some example back home, those who are born in other parts of the world, or even in this society too. When there's puja in your home, there's hustle and bustle, everyone is doing something, prepare this, prepare that, prepare that. And when the day comes for the actual puja to commence, when everything is placed together, when Panditji comes and he starts reciting mantras and all the puja articles are placed there, you can smell the longa ilaichi, the cloves and the cardamom when they're offered to Bhagavan. So, O Bhagavan, O Shri Ram, reside in those people's heart who, when they inhale this fragrance, they think of you, because everything is offered to you, Prabhu. The chandan, the kumkum, the fragrant flowers, bay leaves, everything is offered to you. They feel, as a matter of fact, you're honored in their home as a special guest, the most important guest in their homes. Reside in those hearts, O Shri Ram. And the other next part which Upai says, Tomahi nivedita bhojana karahi. During the puja, the prasad is offered. The swadisht bhog lagate hai na? So we chant special mantras and that prasad is offered to Bhagavan. And at the end of the puja, that prasad, like came, those who brought fruits and prasad, Yajman made prasad, is offered to Bhagavan. You know, that's one of the reasons we decided to have a little curtain at the back there. When the satsang is going on, the food is prepared there, we all get distracted with the fragrance of the food, is natural. So you want to keep it there, so our attention on Bhagavan, then we open it and we serve bhojan afterwards. So, O Bhagavan, reside in those people's heart who have this longing to receive when the prasad is offered to Bhagavan. It's a special blessing to receive prasad. For example, we offer bananas, offer fruits. We pick it up from the store. We brought it, we wash it, and we offer it to Bhagavan. After the offering of that prasad, and Panditji gives you that prasad and gives you tika and charnamrita in your hand, it is not the same fruit that you picked up from the store. There's a transformation of that fruit. With the appropriate mantra and the faith in your heart, remember Bhagavan lives in your shraddha. Bhagavan lives in your faith. So when you come before Bhagavan and you offer that prasad, it's a transformation. It becomes, of course, prasad means blessed food. It's offered to Bhagavan. And when we receive it with so much humility, so much devotion in our hearts, as if Bhagavan it's our shraddha. We feel that Bhagavan has tasted that apple, tasted that banana, tasted the sweets that you offered. So Bhagavan, O Shri Ram, live in those people's heart who would accept those offerings as prasad, as your gift. Prabhu Prasad, Patta Bhushana Dharahi. The other part of the Chaupai says, those who would wear clothes and fine jewelry that are offered to you. Let us not mistake the statement. It means that we should come to that realization that whatever we have, you know, sometimes our clothes define us. Isn't that true? I'm going to work, I have to dress a certain way. My suit, my tie, and you must look pretty and handsome. You come to the mandir, you must look a certain way. You must look pretty and handsome when you come to the mandir. So our clothes define us sometimes. Who is the source of clothing? Bhagavan. We get our clothing and our fine jewelry from Mother Earth. Think about that for a moment. The beautiful sari and the kurta that we wear, they get it from cotton. Where does the cotton grow from? Mother Earth. So recognize Bhagavan's kripa, His grace, because of His grace we are blessed with fine clothing. The nice gold chain and diamond ring that we have came from the earth. It's all Bhagavan's kripa. It is one of the 4 human ends that we are entitled to. Artha. One is artha. To be blessed with material things by Bhagavan, we must recognize that. If we don't recognize that, then what happens? We keep demanding. We keep demanding. The world can't, even Bhagavan sometimes can't take care of the thing that we want. We keep demanding, I want this, I want that, I want that. But for the bhakta, he or she will recognize Prabhu Prasad Patabhushan Adharahi. Because of Bhagavan's blessings, I have these clothes, these fine clothing and jewelry. Let me look at them as gifts from Bhagavan, as his blessings. So Prabhu Ram live in those people's hearts. So these are 4 places we talk about. As a matter of fact, the whole discussion talks about 14 locations where Valmiki ji advised Prabhu Sri Ram to go and live. We'll continue this discussion next week. Bole Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai. Our responsible Priti Bhoj is Bahindru and her son. We pray that Bhagavan bless them always. Bless Bahindru, I know her for many, many, many years. I've lost contact with her for a few years. And I don't know how she found my number. She called me. I was happy to hear from her a few years ago. And since then, we've been in contact for at least once or twice a week. So we pray that Bhagavan bless you and give you strength. We know that you're not doing too well. And we pray that Bhagavan take care of your desires. More importantly, may Hanumanji bless you with bal, bless you with strength. We'll sing this bhajan and ask Bhagavan to bless you always. You know, friends, the old movies, that time it wasn't Bollywood, it was Indian cinema. All of these old movies used to get at least one bhajan. Who saw the movie 36 Ghante? Shashi aunty, dekha aapne na? 36 Ghante. India mein dekha hai aapne na? It's a beautiful movie. Again, these movies in the 70s and 80s and the 60s, they were portraying real Indian Hindu values, not anymore. So in this movie, there's a beautiful bhajan. Teen lok par raj tihara, char khut tere naam re. Tu jo kare so hoi, tujhe se na duja koi. O Prabhu Shri Ram, O Bhagavan, people sing your name, char khut, the 4 quarters. They call you by different names in different languages, but everyone worships you. And O Prabhu, whatever you do, you always do for our benefit. Isn't that true? When we have a thankful heart, we accept everything Bhagavan has done for us. Even when difficulty comes, we learn from difficulties. But when we feel the world revolves around us, I must get my way or no way, then no human being wants to be your friend. What about Bhagavan? You know, when you watch from space, this planet Earth is not even a speck. NASA released beautiful pictures. From space, this Earth, planet Earth is not a speck. And there's over 7.5 billion, going on to 8 billion people. So if from space, Earth is not a speck, where are you and I? And we feel, oh, I must get my way. I'm so important. I'm so cool. Everyone must do what I say. That kind of attitude can never carry you in life. We always have to be humble. It's also how to smile. You know, to make a serious face, you know, you have to contract 100 muscles to make a serious face. But aapka swabhav hasna. It's your nature just to smile. So this devotee recognized Bhagavan Kripa in every situation in his or her life. The person does not complain. Rakyo nazar Shri Ram re. See Shri Ram here, there, and everywhere. तीन लोक पर राज तिहारा, चार खूट तेरा नाम रे. तू जो करे तो होए, तुझ सा ना दूजा कोई. O Ram, तुझ सा ना दूजा कोई. There is no one like you, Prabhu. रखियो नजर श्री राम रे. रखियो नजर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय. So we've come to the end of our satsang. And just a quick reminder, we're having our Diwali dinner, the fundraising activities and the activity rather. And the purpose of this activity is the time has come for us to start working towards the goal of having our own place of worship. But most of the tickets are sold out. We only have one table remaining, $30 per ticket for adults. And it will be held at the Audley Recreation Center. The children of the Mandir will be performing, and we have some of the talented musicians of Toronto will be performing as well. It will be on the 5th of March, it's a Sunday evening, from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. And within 2 or 3 weeks, we have made the announcements, and the place can only hold 400 people. So the tickets are going really, really fast. As I said, the president told me this morning, our president said that there's only one table remaining. As a matter of fact, it was sold already. It was a sold out show, but the family had an emergency, so they had to cancel. And again, the purpose of this activity is so that we can raise some funds to have our own place of worship. Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai. So we're gonna, today is a beautiful day. Today is Purnima, the second full moon in the month, second full moon for the year. The first one, there's only one in February. So every full moon or Purnima, there's Satyanarayana Bhagavan Puja. There'll be Puja this afternoon from 6:30 p.m. If you never came for Satyanarayana Puja, you should come, back home. Every family used to perform Satyanarayana Puja once a year in their homes. But sometimes we come in this part of the world and we become a little forgetful. Not very many people do the puja now. So if you can't do it in your home, koi baat nahi. Mandir mein aa jao. Come to the mandir every Purnima. There's Satyanarayana Bhagavan Puja. We give everyone an opportunity to come and offer Abhishek to Bhagavan. We have Satyanarayana Bhagavan Murti, Balaji Murti. And it's done with a lot of faith and devotion. So if you have some time this afternoon, please come by. Puja starts at 6:30. Satyanarayana Bhagavan ki jai. So thank you for coming, everyone. After Arati, there's Priti Bhoj. Bahin Dhru and our son and family, they've sponsored Priti Bhoj. Please have some bhojan before you leave. And we're going to do Arati. I encourage everyone to come for Arati. You'll take thali. But please do not go on the altar of Arati for safety concerns, because it's a little congested up there. So take thali and you do Arati right up front and you'll pass it back and put it right there. Everyone will come for Arati. And Ravi, can you please put some sanitizer as well? There's some sanitizer there so you can clean your hand and keep everyone safe. Please stand, we'll conclude Arati. Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai, Pavan Sutta Hanuman ki jai. Please come everyone for Arati. आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सिय की। आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सिय की। गावत ब्रह्मादिक मुनि नारद, त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणो त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव मन्त्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं जनार्दन यत्पूजितं मया देव परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ द्यौः शान्तिः अन्तरिक्षगं आपः शान्तिः औषधय शान्ति वनस्पतय शान्तिः विश्वदेव शान्ति ब्रह्मा शान्तिः सर्वगं शान्ति शान्तिरेव शान्तिसामा शान्तिरेधि गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। बोलिए रामचंद्र भगवान की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय, जगदम्बे मैया की जय। हर हर नमः